Not really, no. And hello, Toro. That quote actually comes from Human Revolution, which is the third game, and only in the trailer. This is the original game, all made all the way back in 1998, I think. But this is actually a massive mod, which kind of just replaced the entire game with its own custom campaign. So it's a very unique scenario. It's something I really find fascinating as well, because everyone here is like this entire scenario. Yeah, I suppose. That said, the Nameless mod is actually a full custom campaign. Kind of like Nerim or Enderal for the Elder Scrolls. So it uses the base engine and some of the Deus Ex assets, and pretty much makes an entire game. It takes about 20 hours to finish, 23 or something. And it has the same kind of gameplay as Deus Ex, but the entire setting is unique. Yeah, it's crazy, but also very rare, because this is before Nerim. This is the only instance I know of which did a full campaign, and it's pretty incredible. It's tons of voice acting, tons of levels. In a modern, just a sec. I think it's. Okay, it's actually... Oh dear, it's actually raining rather heavily. Hopefully that won't bleed through. But I will say that a lot of people got weirded out by the scenario here. It's just, like the premise here is essentially... yeah. Unfortunately, it's just raining rather bad. Well, I don't have any laundry outside, but... one thing I will say, where was I? Like, this entire scenario is, it kind of takes off an internet forum from 2004 or something and brings it to life, right? So, you know, it takes names, it takes avatars, and it kind of turns all of those people, like real people, into characters in the game. And this entire setting is a representation of an internet forum. It's kind of in its kind of weird way. The forum is dead; it's long gone. But what I really find fascinating is that it still lives on, immortalized here. And because this is a kind of fascinating document of sorts of that era of culture, it kind of leads... Is he humming with the background music? It's a very... It kind of makes you wonder what all of these people were like. Sure, some of them have been caricaturized, flanderized, but, you know, like this person, Alpha Operator, that was the handle of someone who is actually in that forum. So that's why everyone here has a bizarre name. Like, this is Kunio-kun, who kind of pretends to be Japanese.
Because you brought me that disc, I'll give you the upgrades for 1,000 apiece, and I cannot... Alright.
Right. And... apparently I can't buy that upgrade right now. How much money do I have? Oh, 750. That's fine. But it's really... Yeah. So it kind of it's kind of a small capture of that community and that culture. and they've kind of expressed themselves and immortalized themselves in this way. And a lot of people were confused by the idea, according to the articles and reviews, but it's really the first instance that really, that in my opinion, really made me think of this idea of what our avatars mean to us. So, you know, back then, all you had was a name and a 100 by 100 pixel avatar, but, well, you know, look at what I'm doing now. I'm not doing that. I'm doing much more than that. I'm brought myself into 3D, and I'm using, you know, an internet handle, but I'm still essentially doing an internet avatar, but with much greater fidelity than what it used to be the case. And, you know, the guys who worked on the Nameless mod had that idea probably around 15 years ago, maybe 20 years ago at this point. You know, they don't know each other personally, but they took their names, they took their personalities and their avatars in such primitive form and brought themselves up to a much higher level of fidelity and immortalized themselves that way. And it kind of makes you wonder what all of these people were, you know, like how genuine are these representations? These names? Yeah. Maybe some of the character quirks. Maybe it's been exaggerated a little for the sake of drama, but you know, everyone here is pretty much every single named NPC here is a cameo of people who worked on the game. You know, the reason why I even decided to play the Nameless mod just last week or something like that was kind of inspired by some of the issues that some people were having with this whole VTuber business, right? Like, how much of yourself really does go into this VTuber thing, this avatar thing? How much of you is genuine? How much of you is just playing a character? I'm not really sure if this game has the answers, but it certainly has an interpretation of it. You know, it's rather interesting, I think. Maybe I'm thinking too hard on all this avatar business.